This is the web series for the love of BIM, promoting Barbados, everything Bajan Canadian, and everything Canadian Bajan. Welcome to another episode in the web series for the love of BIM. I am your host, Sonia Marvel Carter. This second season of For the Love of BIM is winding down. There are 4 more episodes to go, and boy, do we have a great lineup for the next 4 weeks. In the coming weeks, we will chat with distinguished Professor Andy Knight, along with Maya Sinkits and others. But right now, it's Easter weekend. How are you spending it? What did you do yesterday on Good Friday? Are you looking forward to Easter Sunday and all that it represents? Well, this Easter weekend may put a little hiccup in our fitness challenge for the start of April, with all the holidays and so on. But we will still incorporate some of the suggestions we received. So starting April 5th, we will be adding sit-ups and push-ups to our routine. Those who don't know what I'm talking about, you will need to go and watch last week's episode and you will be caught up. But going back to our routine. Whereas burpees and planks were very good suggestions, we have to build our way up to those. But like I said, it's Easter. This means new beginnings, rebirth, joy. It's spring. Some people may say, so what? COVID is still here. We are on even tighter restrictions, so we still can't be with friends and family and hang out like we used to. And while that is very true, remember that happiness is a state of mind. We can choose to find joy in the simplest things. We can choose not to let the state of affairs get us down. We can choose to be contented with virtual celebrations for now and be safe, so that maybe, just maybe, the entire summer will not be lost as well. We can choose to push on with our dreams and our hopes, even if from a different angle or slightly revised. But guess what? Whether we choose to see it or not, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Okay, yes, I'll keep my day job. But on a serious note, not giving up on a dream is exactly what today's guest did. She plodded on with her dream of becoming a published writer. And though her success may appear to some as having happened overnight, it was actually many years of hard work and dedication, which led Barbadian novelist Cherie Jones to be chosen for Good Morning America's book pick for February 2021 with her novel, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. I had a chat with Cherie, but first, the birthday shoutouts. We start our birthday shoutout with Jessica Fuhdeloveuhbim, former Consul General to New York, and she presently works in the Prime Minister's office in Barbados. Jessica celebrated on April 1st. Hope you had a great birthday, Jess. Next up is Tina, who also celebrated on April 1st. Hope you had a great day, Tina. Greetings coming from all of us to you out there in California. And next on our birthday shoutout list is Freddie Hill of FAS Promotions. We know wifey, baby girl, and the family circle have you covered. But birthday wishes are also coming from us here in Canada and the entire entertainment fraternity. Hope you had a great day yesterday and continue to have a fantastic weekend, Freddie. Now, celebrating today, April 3rd, is Joyce Seeley. And Joyce is 94 years old today. We at the Barbados Consulate salute you and offer greetings to you on behalf of your daughter Marcia and all of your family and friends in Toronto, Montreal, the USA, and Barbados. As the saying goes, 94 years is not 94 days. So have a happy birthday, Joyce, and may God's blessings continuously be upon you. Next up is Juliet, who celebrates on April 6th. And these greetings are coming from David, June, and the entire family circle, both here in Canada and in Barbados. Have a great birthday, Juliet. Also celebrating on April 6th is Shireen, better known to us as Red. We know you are missing Barbados and the phenomenal birthdays you've spent there over the years, but enjoy your special day and keep being you. And we round off our birthday shoutouts with Lisa in Barbados, who celebrates on April 7th. Lisa, you have been postponing the celebrations. Another year has rolled around and you still can't have the party, so we suggest you make it a virtual party. Birthday greetings are coming from Norman, Dario, Hazel, Allison, me, and the entire family circle in Barbados. Have a great birthday, Miss Map. Now to our feature for today. Cherie Jones is a Barbadian writer who also happens to be an attorney at law. We will hear from Cherie how interpreting law is her day job, but her love and passion is writing, and how she arrived at this place where a novelist from Barbados gets her debut novel on Good Morning America's book club pick for February. Yes, 2 months ago, February 2021.
You are watching an episode of Fuhdeloveuhbim.
Tell us how you got started on this journey. Tell us about Cherie Jones and how you got to this point now of having a book on Good Morning America's book list.
Wow.
Like, how did you get there?
Wow, that's a really long story. I've been writing as long as I can remember. I think it was only after I went to University of the West Indies at Cave Hill and I joined the Creative Writers Society there that I started to take it a lot more seriously, in terms of crafting my work. And after that, I wrote mostly short stories. I entered and won a couple competitions and got a good response, but that was about as much as happened. And it just occurred to me that I wanted to have my work published and I wanted it published internationally. So, I wrote up my list of goals and I put them on the back of my door, and it included, being published by a reputable international publisher.
We want to turn now here at GMA to our February book club pick. We are taking you to Barbados. So what is it? Let's take a look now.
3, 2, 1.
There it is, our book. It's How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Cherie Jones.
How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House was your first publication then?
No, that is actually my first novel published this way, but I did publish a short story collection in 2004 with People Tree Press. So that was quite some time ago. I've been writing for as long as I can remember, since I could write. And I remember when I thought that a novel was writing from one cover of an exercise book to the other one, like at 6 or 7. That was my thing. I was writing books, and I would fill up an exercise book and there you have it. I wrote a novel, so I was always a writer. That is as natural and as intrinsic to who I am as breathing. It's something I'm compelled to do. So it doesn't matter what else I'm doing. I'm always writing in one form or another, in my head, actually working on a project. I finished A-levels and I went into law. I think because I was a good art student, I was president of the debating society. I was very involved in debating and public speaking. And I think perhaps some of my teachers thought that was a natural progression for me. That was a good choice for a career. And to me, there was never a question of being a frustrated writer doing law. It was just like, I do both. Writing is my passion. It's never far from my heart. Law is my job. And it's something that I do to the best of my ability. It's taken a long time for me to actually get a novel published with a good reception internationally. So, it's not something that happened overnight. When I first had an agent interested would have been about 16 16 years ago. This particular novel started when I was living in the UK, living and working. And I had a very long commute back home. And on the bus, Lala's character just popped into my head. So that's how I get the inspiration for my stories. Generally, the character will pop into my head. I'll hear almost like a couple lines of their story, or I will see some sort of scene being played out in my head, and that will provide the inspiration for the story. And, I have my little quirks about my writing, so I must write the first draft in longhand and write from the back to the front of the book, as opposed to from the front to the back, and I just started writing this short story. I thought it was going to be a short story at that point. And I scribbled and I finished this first draft. And then it just developed from there. I think eventually I realized, the short story form, it was too small. It was too compact for what this story had to say. And about 2015, I had a residency at the Vermont Studio Center and recognized that, I really needed to widen the scope a bit and make this into a novel. And I started working on that. I finished it in early 2018, and I actually submitted it to NIFGA that year. Got some really valuable feedback, and I also won a special prize and a gold award at NIFGA. My agent asked for some additional changes. I did those. And then she said, okay, she said to me, I think it was a Thursday, she said, okay, well, I'm going to be sending it out to the editors at these publishing houses now, and we'll see what happens, fingers crossed. And then she called me the following Monday at work. And she said to me, Cherie, are you sitting down? And I said, yeah. She said, no, but really, are you sitting down? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, we have an offer. Actually, we have a couple of them. And I thought, wow, already? And she said, yes. We had a publication date set in the territories that the book was published. It was published in the US, UK, and Canada initially. After that, it's just been a roller coaster. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's been a surreal experience. It has been an exhilarating experience, a really humbling experience. I'm really grateful for it. But it's just been wonderful. And then one day, my editor just wrote to me and said, just to let you know that it's been selected as a Good Morning America book pick for the month of February, book club pick. And I thought, really? Like seriously? And she said, yes, but you can't say anything about it until the announcement. And then I just had to be trained to keep this secret. I was practically bursting.
It's a dark drama. It's a thriller. It's set on a peak sand beach in paradise. It's a story, though, about race, class, and the dark secrets that can unravel families. Here now is the author.
Good morning, America. Cherie Jones here, and I'm so thrilled that How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House has been selected as your GMA book club pick for February. I'm sure you're going to enjoy reading about the other side of paradise and the myth of the one-armed sister. I can't wait to see you on Good Morning America very soon.
Yes, it will be very soon. We're looking forward to sitting down with Cherie. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House is available everywhere today. You can read an excerpt now on goodmorningamerica.com, and be sure to follow us on Instagram at GMA Book Club.
A cautionary tale about what happens to girls who disobey their mothers.
What advice would you give to somebody who has a passion, or they think they have a passion for writing? This is something that they would want to get into, or or some other creative form of expression that they would want to pursue as a career. What advice would you have for somebody like this?
The first thing I would say is to decide how far you want to take it, and then find out as much as you can about it. The second thing is to work on your craft. After that, I would say accepting that your journey is your own, so if you write and you decide that writing is enough, you don't have aspirations to publication, far less publication internationally, that's fine. And if it takes 20 years to get to publication and that was one of your aspirations, that's fine too. That was the journey for you.
When is the next book?
Oh my, I'm actually working on another novel right now. It is set in the mid-19th century on a cocoa plantation in Trinidad. And I also have a collection of flash fiction, which is very short, microfiction, very short stories that I'm trying to finish off as well. So the next book, hopefully within the next year, I should have something else.
You are watching an episode of For the Love of BIM.
Thank you, Cherie, for sharing with us. I just want to say congratulations to you on the success of your novel, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. In keeping with sentiments expressed by one of our guests for an upcoming episode, we are not unidimensional, we are multidimensional. And I believe the exploration of our creative side is often what allows the academic side to excel. I will also share with you viewers that I have read How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. This is my copy. I can't wait to have it signed by Cherie. It is a riveting piece of work, a true page turner. I couldn't put it down. And the imagery pulls you into the scenes until you feel like you are living them yourself. And those of us who know Barbados are even more intrigued as we recognize and can identify the places being described and therefore feel even more connected. I encourage each and every one, get your copy today. Go to Amazon, order it. Those in Barbados, I understand it should be in the bookstores there soon. Remember, this is a piece of writing that came through NIFCA, our National Independence Festival of Creative Arts in Barbados. And some of the edits which made this book great were as a result of the guidance which Cherie got from the talented and phenomenal Barbadian judges of that NIFCA competition. Now that book has made it big on the world's literary stage and on its debut publication. I am so proud of Cherie and her achievements and the added recognition that Barbados gets from her accomplishments. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. Get your copy today. And in the description of this video, I will put a link to the Good Morning America's site so you can read an excerpt of this thrilling novel. Before I sign off today, there are just a few notices and events that I want to share with you. I want to remind you that on Sunday, April 18th, the team at the consulate will be worshiping virtually with the James Street Methodist Church in Barbados. And we invite you to join us online at 9 a.m. for the worship service when we give thanks for our national heroes and unsung heroes. We will share that link with you in due course and look forward to you joining us at the service. Then on Friday, April 23rd, join us again online when we gather for our heroes.
Hi, I'm Biggie Irie. Come join me and Team Barbados in Canada on Friday, April 23rd for the virtual event We Gatherin for Our Heroes in celebration of Barbados' national heroes. That's Friday, April 23rd. We Gatherin for Our Heroes. Don't miss it. Biggie, Biggie, come and give we something sweet we could dance to, have a soca romance too. Don't miss it.
Look out for that link on the consulate's Facebook page and other social media platforms. You are also reminded to get your tickets for the upcoming Bring On the Spring event on April 24th.
What's up, everyone? Kevin Carrington, your resident Bajan on the spot. Well, the snow has melted, meaning warmer weather is just around the corner. And to celebrate, the Barbados-Canada Foundation is inviting you to attend their virtual fundraiser, Bring On the Spring, Saturday, April 24th at 4 p.m. live on Zoom. With music and prizes, a live auction, guest speaker Dr. Andrew Downs, performances by trumpeter Yan Morgan, comedian Ricardo Keynes Douglas, and the legendary calypsonian Red Plastic Bag. All hosted by Kathy Maloney. Oh, you won't want to miss this. Plus, we'll be raising funds to donate ECG machines to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados. To learn more and how you can donate for your exclusive Zoom access, visit BarbadosCanadaFoundation.com. It's the Bring on the Spring event brought to you by the Barbados Canada Foundation and Big Fish Promotions. Saturday, April 24th, live on Zoom.
And last, but by no means least, don't forget our 2-part immigration seminar.
Hello everyone, my name is Chantal Atkinson and I'm a registered Canadian immigration consultant with over 8 years of experience in the immigration field. I want to invite all my fellow Barbadians, both in Canada and Barbados, to join us on April 22nd and 29th when the Consulate General of Barbados at Toronto has arranged for me to present on navigating the Canadian immigration system during a 2-part immigration series. Part 1 will cover immigration information and details on temporary residents like visitors, workers, and students, and in Part 2 we will explore pathways to permanent residency in Canada. Join us on April 22nd and 29th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please see the flyer for details as to how you can register to be part of this virtual seminar. This is the opportunity to speak with students, workers, and people interested in migrating to Canada permanently. I'm looking forward for this opportunity to speak to you and see you all soon.
If you want to take full advantage of this free immigration seminar, check out the Consulate's Facebook page for the flyer with the registration details, as access is by registration only, and the Zoom platform has a limit, so register as soon as possible. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. So permit me to wish you all a good Easter weekend, and join us again next week when we feature distinguished Professor Andy Knight and highlight all the great work this Barbadian is doing creating a vaccine certificate which can assist the Caribbean islands in restarting their tourism industries safely. And of course, I will be bringing you up to date on where we are in our Healthier Lifestyle Challenge. If you are enjoying this web series, I encourage you to like the videos and don't forget to share the episodes with your friends and family. And remember, let's continue to play our part to stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Stay safe.
You have been watching For the Love of BIM.